Beats Planet.
Yo, making sure I come through the microphone today. Last time I did this thing, I didn't even come through the microphone. So want to make sure that we good there. What's happening? Going through a little change in life. Or last night I cut my air conditioner on because that's what you're supposed to do in Houston, Texas. Because it was like 90 degrees in Houston, Texas yesterday. Cut my air conditioner on. I wake up, I'm freezing. I said, let me just turn off the air conditioner. Maybe everything will even out a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe the hotness from outside Texas and the coolness from inside, because I'm freezing right now, the coolness from the inside to even everything out. Boy, about a couple hours go through, it's still cold in the crib. I go outside for the workout. It's 55 degrees in Houston, Texas. So pardon me if I'm a little all over the place today. We ran into some turbulence that I wasn't quite ready for. But we're here. What's happening? It's Voch. Voch been gone for a minute, okay? And I can always tell that I've been gone for a minute because soon as I come back, the first thing that y'all do is remind me that I've been gone for a minute. Where you been, Voch, along those lines is what y'all like to ask me. And that's fair. That's fair. Voch has been gone for a minute. And I haven't communicated with y'all. And of course I have so much guilt on my conscience when I haven't communicated with you all for an extended period of time. So we here. I'm here to say what's up to my people, answer any Cowboy questions, give my thoughts on a handful of topics. The phone line is open in case you want to call in and talk up all your anytime minutes, anytime. All of that is available for you. But if you don't, I kind of have some things I just want to talk about on my own. One being, I think Mike McCarthy's on coke, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. It is just so crazy. Some of the things that I can say on my own platform that ESPN would fire me for, or that, .com would fire me for. I could just come out on my show and say I think Mike McCarthy's on coke. I don't really think Mike McCarthy's on coke. Just some things that just lead me to believe, maybe he ain't all the way there. To be fair, he might be on coke. I don't know. The damn was the O-line coach in Miami. He was on coke for real, for real. I don't put it past these people because they coach football, that they just living their best life. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I dropped a film session on defense, right? And let me say this too, though. This is one thing that's just interesting to me. One thing that just kind of sticks out in my brain, just where Cowboy fans put their anger is interesting. The different compartments that they put it in and how they express themselves. And I don't know if it's an internet thing or if these are just people that just live their life, but they deal with the ramifications of getting slapped in the mouth every day. I don't know, but it seems like when the Cowboys aren't good, people attack me somehow. Like I'm out here missing tackles. Like I'm out here calling bad plays. Like I'm out here responsible for the loss. I do what we call projecting. Okay? I get a topic, I analyze it, and I project it. So when I see Dontari Poe's film from last year, I go, hey, Dontari Poe ain't looking that bad on film. If we could get that, then we'll be good. Right? Then we get Dontari Poe and he's not that dude. People get mad at me. I didn't do nothing to Dontari Poe. I didn't poison his coffee. I didn't feed Lael Collins crawfish sandwiches and got him fat and out of shape. I didn't do any of these things. But you could just go through my comment sections or just go through different, just different mediums that got Voch Lombardi on it. It could be Twitter, whatever social medias. It could be comments that, damn, Voch, you said this was gonna happen. What's all this you was raving about? Yo, talk to your mama like that. Talk to your woman like that. Play with some. Go play with PlayStation. Don't play with Voch like. You know what I'm saying? I just analyze. I just analyze and I project what I think is gonna happen. And I think I'm right 93% of the time. I'll give myself that. I think that's fair. I think I'm right 93% of the time. I can't anticipate miscellaneous BS, I can see, hey, CeeDee Lamb's a good talent. I bet he'll be fine in the league. I can project that. I can't project that Everson Griffin won't be good. I can go based on last year's film, because last year's film, hey, Everson Griffin didn't look terrible. And I also say, hey, he's not the dude that he once was. But I think if he comes here, as long as he's better than Robert Quinn, he'll be good to go. I say things like this all the time. Can I get an amen in the chat if y'all heard me say things like this? Hey, Everson Griffin ain't got to be great, but if he can somehow be better than Robert Quinn, then you can have whatever you like, I think I cover my bases on things like that, Hey, I know Dontari Poe ain't Memphis dude. How many of y'all ever heard me say this? Hey, I know Dontari ain't Memphis dude, but if he a little better than Antoine Woods, we'll be all right. How many of y'all have heard me say that? I cover my back when I say things like this, right? Oh, no, Voch, all of a sudden. Oh, no. What happened to the defense you was ranting and raving about? I don't know. Ask them. Ask them. Write a letter. Send a tweet. I don't know. Ask the motherfucker that coached the team. Don't ask. I'm a YouTuber. I got the same information you got. Don't ask me. You know? Also, as of late, I get people that are like real sensitive too, like really sensitive to, you know, how I talk, you know? And I would say that the way I talk is just kind of, you know, it's just who I am. It's how I talk. It's my slang. It's my vernacular. I don't want to say swag. I think people say that a bit too much, but it's just who I am and how I talk, you know? And I can tell that, you know, the way I talk has an effect on people. Example, you can see Joe Sandberg. He's in the chat box right now. Joe Sandberg probably never said insert object or you know, or just goofy ass something. He's probably never said that in his life. But if you listen to Joe Sandberg long enough, I mean, if you listen to Voch long enough, Joe Sandberg will probably be out here like, man, look at these goof ass oatmeal raisin cookies just out here. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's just how I come off, right? But some people, they get in their insecure bag sometimes. You know, sometimes they can let whatever anger of Cowboy Nation or whatever anger that the Cowboys have inflicted on them, they let that consume them. Right, and they end up saying goofy little things that they shouldn't say, and they get really emotional. Let me just give an example. Right, let me go on. Me and Jeff Kavanaugh did a video the other day. I think it was a pretty fun little video. I think it was a pretty cool little you know, video me and him did. We plan on doing a lot more work. We plan on doing some draft things. I just didn't want to jump out and just holler at them and just talk about any old thing. I really wanted to match wits with them in the draft world, and we will do that at some point. But I do think we had a cool ass little show though. But let me pull this up. So I got a comment, right? And to be fair, I probably shouldn't do this, man. I should never put so much, you know, so much into the bad comments. The good comments that I get are overwhelmingly good. I just simply want to make a point right here, right? The good comments that I get are overwhelmingly fantastic. For the most part, I love y'all. For the most part. But boy, it's a handful of these goofy little cats out here that I just think getting their emotions a little bit. And the reason I'm showing this because I don't want y'all to be some of these people. I just want to let me just pull this comment up right here, right? And I thought it was a very interesting one, right? Not that I care about this dude's comment because I ended up just talking shit to him because y'all know who Voch is. I ended up talking shit to him, but I thought this comment was very interesting. Check this comment out here, right? You can whine and cry because Cowboy fans are happy Andy Dalton is the quarterback now. First of all, I just feel like you shouldn't be happy that Andy Dalton is a quarterback now, but whatever. But the fact of the matter is that there's no other backup in the NFL I would rather have than Andy Dalton. True, but those two things have nothing to do with each other, right? You could be happy that Andy Dalton is your backup, but I still be pissed off that Andy Dalton is the starter. Those two don't really have anything to, you know, do with each other. And that ain't even how you use wine properly. And I hate being a grammatical guy, but they ain't even a grammatical spelling bee guy, but they ain't even wine, right? But then he gets down into this one right here, and this one really got into me right here. Something else I don't like is low grade YouTubers who come on here talking like they doo-doo don't stink and they're always right, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes on to call me son or whatever. And I clicked on his page and I ain't gonna talk shit to him. But what I ended up saying, right? Because I really feel this way, right? What I ended up saying to him, I said, boy, if you don't take your sensitive cap lock typing insecure, intimidated, hurt feelings ass on somewhere. Cause that's how I be feeling. What you say to him, Voch? I said, boy, if you don't get your sensitive cap lock typing insecure, intimidated, hurt feelings ass on somewhere. Cause that's how I feel. I'm bringing all this to the forefront because I just want to explain this to y'all. Boom, 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 boom. Get this off of here. Bam. I want to explain this to y'all. You should never get your feelings hurt from us having a creative discussion. You know, I think one of the big problems is that we can't have discussion. You know, now if I say, oh, these goofy ass Cowboy fans that want Andy Dalton to be starting, you shouldn't feel a certain kind of way about that. You shouldn't be hurt by that. It's how I feel. Just like if you're happy that Andy is the quarterback, I don't hate you. You're a little goofy, but I don't hate you. You see what I'm saying? I wish Cowboy fans can come together and have discussions and we disagree and we'll be fine. I may sound like I'm attacking people because I'm loud and I'm Voch, but I'm not attacking nobody. And I definitely don't think I'm always right, and I definitely don't think that my shit don't stink. My shit smells terrible. I think I was pretty wrong about the Everson Griffin projection. I was wrong about the Dontari Poe projection. However, there's no way I can be held accountable for that. Because all I can do is, all I can do is project. You know? So if I speak with a little bit of confidence that intimidates you, I'm sorry. But I would rather you tap me on the shoulder first, be like, yo, Voch, the way you talking to me is kind of intimidating. I would rather you chill up. No problem. We can talk about it, right? I don't think Andy Dalton is going to be the guy to take us to the promised land. And if you think opposite, I'm cool with you thinking that. That's fine. That's fine. And I go right back to the chat box. I see a bunch of people laughing at lame ass people. Salute to my people. What was I saying? I was just saying it. I don't think Andy Dalton is the guy that's going to take us to the promised land. It's interesting. These, you'll see Cowboy fans forecast away that Andy Dalton can be Nick Foles, right? He'll be like, oh man, if we go out there and block good and this wide receiver core step up and we play some good defense, Andy Dalton can win a Super Bowl. I'm like, bro, you mean the same defense that wasn't playing good with Dak, and the same offensive line that wasn't playing good with Dak? I mean, the receivers that were, amazing with Dak, I'll give you that, but I think we look so good on offense because Dak was Hercules. There was never a situation in the game to where if we were down by a certain amount of points and we had the ball last, I feel great about Dak being clutch to get, to take care of business. Or if we're going up against a high flying, like if we're going up against the Chiefs or the Ravens or something like that, or even the Steelers or the Packers, whatever team that we go up against, I feel good about Dak going into a shootout with them. I feel great about Dak getting into a fight with them. I don't feel that way about Andy. I don't consider Andy to be clutch in that way. I don't consider Andy to be dangerous in that way. Now, to be fair, is Andy the best backup quarterback in the league? Probably. Is he the best quarterback in the NFC East? He might be. But I just don't see Andy Dalton being the Hercules that Dak Prescott was. Simple as that. Now we have a really interesting test in the Arizona Cardinals coming up, and I could just see it, boy, with the first touchdown that Andy Dalton throw. It's gonna be that Andy Dalton hive gonna run to the front of Twitter, and they're gonna be like, ha ha, how about now? You know what's gonna happen, but I just don't foresee it. Plus, the Giants were just kind of able to run all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that defense changes very much, but that's just that, But we'll see what happens. I'm still gonna watch on Monday. I'm still gonna root for my guys. I'm still gonna be, balls to the wall, war call, and all that good stuff. But balls to the wall, war call, hey, and all that good stuff. But buddy boy, Andy kind of make me sick. It's like going into a game, like if you look into the left and you see a gangster over there, you look to the right, you see another gangster. You look at Dak Prescott, you go, yeah, we going to war. Yeah, Dak is the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I feel good about that. You know what I'm saying? And to be fair, I feel good about Andy being the backup. Like if we needed Andy for 3 games, I feel great about Andy Dalton for 3 games. The problem is if we do go 5-11 And we do go to the playoffs because we win 5-11. Now we got to play 4 fantastic teams in a row with Andy Dalton. I feel great about Dak Prescott versus anybody. I barely feel good about Andy Dalton versus Daniel Jones. Barely. But I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll cross that road whenever we get there. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to call into the show, the number's on the screen. You can feel free to do so. We got some people on the line right now. Y'all don't go nowhere. 515-606-5187, access code 309-104. For those of you that tuned in to my post-game show last week, y'all know Spinny JP sent me an email and called me disrespectful. Ain't that a bitch? Spinny JP called me sensitive and he sent me an email and said I was disrespectful and I should have respect my elders. Now, this email was typed like, Spinny JP was probably drunk and drinking when he sent this. But I was like, damn, Spinny JP. I'm disrespectful. It's been a weird little week, dog. It's been a weird little week, but that's also why I didn't put my second film session out. Because I didn't feel like dealing with Cowboy fans. I didn't feel like dealing with that film. Like, that film is a rough film to watch. And I had it all pulled, too. I was going to talk about Michael Gallup and CD and Cedric and Coop. But my emotion just wasn't in it. And I would rather not put out a film session than give y'all a shitty one. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? One more thing before I get into the phones. I think Mike McCarthy might be on coke because he keep putting out these quotes that just don't make sense to me. Michael Gelkin, who's really good. I really give Cowboy media a hard time, but I like James Slater. I like a handful of the Dallas radio people like Broadus Jeff, they good. Michael Gelkin is really, really good. I rocks with him. But he put out a Mike McCarthy quote today that I read, and he was saying something along the lines of Mike McCarthy was saying that the best offensive lines are the ones that practice and play together. So he was alluding to the idea that he wants Terrence Steele to continue to be the right tackle because they've practiced and played together. But I'm like, in my mind, hey, why don't you just start putting Zach Martin at right tackle and just practicing that? just put Connor McGovern at right guard, Zach Martin at right tackle, and just practice that. It shouldn't be a reason for you to say, oh, we're not starting Connor McGovern because we don't think he's ready, or he's a developing player. Terrence Steele is developmental as it gets. But we still running his ass out there, Somebody hit me on the Twitter machine right before I went live too, and it was all like, Terrence Steele actually played well last week. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to minimize the Giants D-line like they're bad. I think the Giants D-line is pretty good. I like BJ Hill. I like Dexter Leonard, you know what I'm saying? I think they got solid guys. But the problem is Terrence Steele was going up against Lorenzo Carter. And that's cool because Lorenzo Carter is good enough to beat you. But the problem is Lorenzo Carter is going to turn into Chase Young and Montez Sweat. Then he's going to turn into Brandon Graham and Derek Burnett. Then it's going to turn into T.J. Watt and Bud Dupree. Then it's going to turn into D Ford and whoever else San Francisco run out there. Then it's going to turn into the Baltimore pass rush. You see what I'm saying? So why not start practicing Zach Martin right now? So either Terrence Steele snuck some dope in Mike McCarthy's car and he's blackmailing his way through this, or Mike McCarthy just might be on some kind of dope. I don't know. But I don't want to be that guy because I was incredibly patient with Jason Garrett. But I would say for the most part that Jason Garrett didn't make decisions like this that pissed me off. For the most part. I can't think of many Jason Garrett decisions that egregiously piss me off. Like, not like I disagree with some things that Jason Garrett does. Like, if it's a in-game clock management deal, I may disagree with that. But for the most part, Jason Garrett, did fine in terms of most of those decisions. Mike McCarthy has done some egregious shit in just 5 days. Like 5 days of being on the team, some egregious shit. I'm like, boy, why wasn't Brandon Knight starting from day one? we might have won some more ball games at Brandon Knight. You know what? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just want to touch on a few topics. I see this in the chat box, and then we're going to get right into the phones or whatever. So 515-606-5187, access code 309-104. So people ask me what I feel about David Irving. No, David Irving don't want to play football. He doesn't love football. He might be wanting to play football because he maybe ain't got no money right now. But David Irving flat out went on the radio and said, yo, Jason Garrett wanted me to work hard, and I just didn't feel like it. I don't want that dude on my football team. This defense is bad and toxic enough. And somebody also asked me about what somebody asked me? What they say? They say y'all talking about the Eagles, whatever. Somebody said something. I don't know. I forgot what they were saying, but they were saying something. Just put the question back in there, and I'll read it, out to you. Okay. Let me address my super chats before I move on, because I know I had a few of them. Let me go to. All right, cool. Voch, Panthers fan here. But I have enjoyed your content for years. Glad to see a brother succeeding and growing his platform. Best wishes. Bam, appreciate you. Hey, we about to get right back in the draft season in a little bit, so don't go far. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. No, I don't want to trade draft picks to go get players. I don't want to trade a first round pick to go get Quentin Williams. Why? Because if I got a first, like a top 10 pick, I just want to draft in the top 10. I don't want to go get Quentin Williams. And I love Quentin Williams, but I don't want to spend any of my top 50 picks to go get guys. If they giving up Quentin Williams for cheap, then something's really wrong with Quentin Williams, and should nothing be wrong with Quentin Williams. But I just think the Jets are terrible. But no. This is a year where I feel like I need my picks the most. Like, this is one of those years that you need your picks because you might be terrible this year. So, no, I'm not giving my picks away. But Lee J dropped 5 in the super chat. Appreciate you. Says David Irving just reinstated by the NFL. Do we get him? I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I just don't want dudes that just don't like football. And look, if you don't like football but you don't admit it, like, I can live with that. But if you just flat out admit I don't like football and I don't like working hard, that's rough for me. And Kendrick Thomas dropped 5 in the super chat. What's up, Ken? He says, I think Terrence Steele need to start from the bottom up, being a bouncer in the club in Dallas. Hey, Ken, that's a good ass super chat, dog. That's a good ass super. Like, he don't need to play football right now. He just need to practice throwing people out the club, and then he can evolve to a junior varsity offensive line. Ken, that's top tier comment right there. All right, now let's minimize you and close you and make you smaller, bring you to the middle, and let's check out the phones. We ain't gonna be here very, very long here because I got some other work that I'm trying to put out. I got a podcast that I'm working on, Voch's Voice podcast, and some other little things that we got to get busy on. But I am going to attend to my people because y'all are top tier. We're gonna get Joe Sandberg up in here first, then we're gonna go Drummer Cam, then we're gonna get Brother Reeves up in here. All right, let's boogie. Chat box, let me know if y'all can hear Joe Sandberg pretty well. What's up, Joe?
Hey, what's cracking, man?
What's cracking? Joe, let me ask you something, man. Have I affected your slang any the past few, year or so or two you've been watching me, sir?
Oh, absolutely.
Damn, Joe, you just answered the phone and said what's cracking, man. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I said it earlier. I just wanted, confirmation or whatever. But what's good, my guy? What you got for the show?
Yeah, I definitely think those people who want Andy Dalton to suffer from jump are incredibly irresponsible.
Sure.
And the thing about trading for players, I really wouldn't want to do that, especially if you just let your scouts run the draft like you just did.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one thought I did think of, I told Space Cowboy this. Maybe you hope Andy Dalton just enough to maybe get a contract somewhere else to be a comp pick.
That's a good point. Sure. But I don't think nobody's gonna pay Andy Dalton like north of $25 or $30 million. So that'll be like what, like a 7th round comp pick. To be fair, I would rather just keep Andy Dalton as the backup quarterback, because the idea of Andy as the backup, I like that dude playing 3 games for me, but not like 11. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And one thing I do think it's incredibly irresponsible also for Terrence Steele to be starting as many times as he has at right tackle.
Okay, I was checking on my audio. You said, what about right tackle, sir?
Oh, Terrence Steele starting is just incredibly irresponsible.
I think Mike McCarthy might be on coke. I got word from a little birdie that Miss Scouting Pro was in the chat box somewhere. Miss Scouting Pro, can you tell me if you seen Mike McCarthy walking around the start with some coke in his pocket or something? Because I just like I said, Joe, I was incredibly patient with the Garrett administration, and I like to be fair. But I just think some of his decisions are incredibly egregious, sir.
And yes, I agree, because one thing I'm looking at it this way, that just go ahead and just play Connor, because as far as I'm looking at it, like just put Connor Williams at right guard and just put Martin over at tackle. That way you see what you got, because eventually we're going to have to start him at some point for the future.
Sure. And if not Connor, it's just anybody. For example, right? Look, in the comments, right? High Bud. He was like, get over it, Voch. He's playing. Look, whether it's Andy, Darian Thompson, Terrence Steele, I don't think I have to get over it. I think I have the right to be upset all day, every day that these guys are playing for my football team. Now, when it comes to game day, I mean, sure, okay, let's see what happens. But if my predisposed idea, or just if my idea of these guys are disgust, I'm not just gonna wake up one morning and be like, you know what? I'm cool with Terrence Steele at right tackle. I'm cool with Darian Thompson at free. I'm cool with Andy Dalton at quarterback. I'm not cool because I'm giving my analysis. We talking about this, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but I'm just giving my thoughts. It's my show. What you want me to say? Go ahead, sir.
Why should you have to settle? That's my question.
Why do I have to settle? Thank you, sir. Thank you, Joe Sandberg. Why do I have to settle for my right tackle when I know that my right tackle situation could be so much better? Look at you, sir.
Yeah, just really settling for a Terrence Steele to me is like going to a steakhouse and ordering chicken tenders.
Unfortunately, Brother Joe, I know some people that'll go to a steakhouse and that'll get chicken tenders. Hey, but look, I got callers though, Brother Joe. This was a great one. You actually was like first on the line this time, so you ain't had to wait so long. That's what your privilege means. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, my guy.
Appreciate you taking my call.
Yes, sir. First of all, Voch is, Voch don't really go to steakhouses anyway. I was just, kind of thinking about that analogy. I don't even go to steakhouses. Why? This may sound a bit arrogant to me, but I think I make steaks better than steakhouse steaks. I think you can save a lot of money doing it. Plus, there's a lot of love I can give a steak that a steakhouse can't give a steak. You know what I'm saying? Cook that thing perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Marinate it, break down those enzymes so it's a little more tender, dry brine that thing. Make sure it's seasoned well. You know what I'm saying? Put a little salt and garlic powder on that thing at a perfect medium rare on 132 degrees or so, something like that. Let it rest. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things I could do to a steak that I don't want my steakhouse to charge me $80 for. That I could do for less. All right, let's get back to the phone. Drummer Cam up next. Reeves on deck. Then Neil is in the hole. Let's boogie. Drummer Cam, what's up, sir?
Salute, my guy. What you doing?
Man, coolin', fam. Just trying to figure it all out before Monday. What you got for the show?
What you know about that dry brine?
What have I heard about a drive-by?
Dry brine. You said you dry brine.
Dry brine, yeah. So what I like to do. What I like to do with my steaks, man. I don't like to just put salt on top, like just put salt on and then cook it, because only the top of the steak will be salted. But with dry brining, right, I can put my salt on there, and the juices from the steak come up and get the salt, and it redistributes back into the steak. You know what I'm saying? So it evenly seasons the whole steak. So I could just put salt on and put in the refrigerator for 24 hours. I like to do, then take that bitch back out, and it's seasoned perfectly. Then I could put whatever auxiliary seasonings that I want to put on there. That could be garlic powder, pepper, and onion powder, just simple like that. Then I cook that bitch up. It's just an extra step that I like to do with it. You know what I mean?
Chef Lombardi in the house, y'all.
You better
These
let
are
him
some
know,
facts
man.
you're
You bet.
dropping.
Listen,
That's
man.
right.
Listen. I tell my girl all the time, man. You could leave me, but your next dude gonna be like microwaving hot pockets and shit while I'm up here with all this greatness. You know what I'm saying? I say it all the time. I say it all the time. But what you got for the show? What's good with you?
Yeah. I do the turkey. I do my turkeys every Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I smoke them. But I do the dry brine. It's the best way to go. But yeah,
you damn
two
right.
things, man. Two
Yes,
things. So I want to talk about this Arizona game coming up.
Sure.
And one thing, and I'm really trying to look at this situation the Dallas Cowboys are in from a positive light, right? So, one thing I think the Cowboys fans are completely missing is the impact of Dak's injury in a positive light. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you saw not only an entire team come to an injured player and the opposite team do the same thing?
Sure.
I process it, the way I think about this is true leadership and respect the football players, fuck the fans, the football players have for Dak.
Yeah. The
rest of the Cowboys have something to fight for this year.
Yeah.
They can step up for him.
Yeah.
And this is the impact that Dak has on the league.
Sure.
I really believe that we can start to see the potential of this offense and defense. I'm not saying the defense is going to shut up, be lights out and shut things down, but I'm still expecting more progression like we saw from the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Point number two. Yeah, I don't know if Peterson comes out and says the dumbest shit ever.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to stop Zeke. Well, thank you for your game plan, sir.
Right.
Because my first call is play action. My second is my kill. For a dive or a sweep or maybe a counter or something like that, since they're terrible on the run defense anyways.
Sure.
So if I see 8 guys in the box, play action. My play action is in there. If I see we're in coverage, because they got to respect CeeDee Lamb, they got to respect Dalton Schultz, because if you put 8 men in the box and you go play action, that seam's going to be open depending on if you're cover 2 on the top or if you're, those outs are going to be there, because if they're in some kind of cover 3 scenario down low, those outs will be there and will hit. You saw that play. He was on the run. He threw that bullseye to Gallup. That'll be there all day. So you saying what your game plan is fucking stupid.
Sure.
So Cleo Cam here says, Cowboys win, Arizona 24, Cowboys 35. Let's go, Cowboys.
I hope so, man. But is Arizona only going to score 24 points? Are they only going to score 24?
Yeah. I think we get some critical stops. I think we start seeing more of this defense gel. We've got Van Der Esch coming back. He's in the play call. He's going to, if he's calling the play, the adjustments, then you get Jalen doing what you want Jalen to do, and you get Van Der Esch in the middle. If he comes back, right? Sure. I still think the impact of Dak's injury is what's going to bring this. That's going to be the gel of this locker room, and you've been preaching that all season long. We want this locker room to come together. Now they got a reason.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I hope so. I hope that's the case. If not, draft season going to be starting incredibly early over in this neighborhood. You understand? Appreciate it,
man.
Appreciate it, Drummer King.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Yes, sir. I tell y'all what though, man. I've gone ahead and pulled my film and and all that. Guys, the love for Dak is real. If anyone lives in a metro place, go up to the Star. You'll see love for Dak on display. I bet. You know what I'm saying? Like everything stopped when that dude got hurt, man. 100%. And Ms. Scalper also said, I don't want Leighton Vander Esch playing Monday. I kind of had that same idea because I just feel a lot less haste. Like when Dak was playing, I felt really good about him being Hercules. I was like, hey man, let's get Van Der Esch and Randy Gregory back and see, see how much better we can get. But like now that we rolling with Dalton, I kind of want Van Der Esch to heal up and make sure he's straight. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to rush that dude back, but that's just my thoughts on that. That's just my thoughts. Okay, cool. We got that one. All right, cool. DVM dropped 5 in the super chat. He says, Department of Vehicle Motors. He says, I think McCarthy pays his rent or a mortgage to Darian Thompson and Terrence Steele. I think Mike pays his rent or a mortgage to Darian Thompson and Terrence Steele. Maybe. Maybe he loved those guys though. He especially Terrence. He loved Terrence Steele. I don't know if like him and Mike's kids grew up together or whatever. But boy, there's some bias in that room. And Paul Bracamonte, he says, what is that, Italian or something like that? Let me know what that is. He says, is there a consolation prize in next year's draft that I could be happy about if we start losing? Draft is excited every year, especially when you draft it. Especially when you draft at the top, and especially when you hit on the pick, and the Cowboys kind of do pretty good at hitting on the pick. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate you for the super chat. We got Brother Reeves up next. Neil on deck. Adrian is in the hole. How long I've been doing this? What's my count? 44? Sure. Let me lock this.
The conference has been locked.
Let me lock this motherfucker. All right. Let's get Reeves up here, see what he's talking about. What's up, Reeves?
How you doing, Voch?
Man, I'm trying to hold it down for the Doski Woski, trying to figure it out till Monday. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Man, I don't know why people are wanting David Irving back. They just in panic mode. They just want whoever. You know, man, I remember, didn't David Irving get on like IG Live smoking like a blunt, saying like, "Yo, I'm done playing"? Isn't that how he announced?
He smoked on IG Live. He said he's gonna get into the cannabis business. He said F football. Yeah. Then a couple days after, he went on 105.3 The Fan on formerly known as the Ben and Skin Show. They don't even exist no more. And he looked the phone right in the face and said, "I don't love football. Jason Garrett wanted me to work hard. I didn't want to work hard to get better. I don't want that to do to my foot. I wish I could find it. I'm going to find that shit." Go ahead, Reeves. Keep talking. I'm going to find that shit. Go ahead.
At least he was honest with himself. And, hey, I mean, the cannabis business seems to make some decent money. I don't know how I don't know. Maybe he needs more money. That's why, he might be trying to come back like you said. But just a couple of things. Mm-hmm. First of all, is Leighton Van? Did they give him like the Captain America Super Soldier serum? Is he Wolverine? Like, I'm just confused how
they gave that boy that medicine. That got Trump off of COVID in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they gave that boy, they say he back and they say he ain't missed a beat. I said, I thought your collarbone was broke. Look.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, look, man. Tony Romo break his collarbone. He was out for what? 6 to 7 weeks. Van Der Esch back in 4.5.
They gave him a sensu bean. That's what they gave him. They gave him a sensu bean for sure. Right. But I'm kind of nervous about it though, because I mean, like, man, that's just, I don't want him to rush back just to get injured again. But I mean, hey, he's already had a lot of injuries. He got to play when he got to play. So,
sure.
But I don't know. I still feel like he's rushing back. And I don't want him to do that if that's the case. But I know the defense is kind of desperate right now.
Right.
Also, earlier the guy right before me, he said, talking about how both teams were being very vocal for Dak. The whole entire league was like, you saw how fast those players came together and made a video for him too, like the following day or whatever. You had Jarwin on his patio with his ACL on the table,
right?
Talking
about right. Talk about Dak get well soon, motherfucker. You get well soon, shit. Nigga, you heal up.
Man, I was like, oh man, they love that guy. But and the last thing, what would you say are your like top 3 favorite players so far that has made good contributions this season? And I guess. Top 3 disappointing players so far as well.
Dak has been incredible, and he was on pace of throwing for 7,000 yards. CeeDee Lamb has been an incredible day one rookie. I mean, it's kind of redundant to say Zach Martin, but he's the only guy on your offensive line that you haven't had to worry about. I think that should be like commend it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
just to
I see him out there by himself. It's kind of sad.
and
But
you know, just to give you four, I want to find a way to pay Alden Smith right now while he's still happy with us and humble. You know what I'm saying? While he just, you know, while he think that we doing him a favor, and while he think, hey man, y'all the one that gave me a chance. Let's see if we can get Alden Smith for a smooth, like $12 million next year or something that ain't gonna kick our ass, and just see if he do it. You know what I mean? I would love to do that. And in terms of right, and in terms of guys that's like pissing me off, hell, Everson and Duntari, I'm putting them together. I'm only pissed off about Jalen because he was so hyped up in the offseason that nobody saw. And and you know, the rest of the defense, I can't really shit on them too bad because I knew what they were. You know, I knew that the secondary wasn't going to be great. I knew Xavier Woods wasn't like top tier. So I can't blame him for the bad things that's going on with him. I can't blame Terrence Steele for getting his ass whooped because I know when he was getting whooped at Texas Tech and he was getting whooped at all the Senior Bowl practices, and Bradley and I whooped him and put up 3 sacks on him in the Senior Bowl game. I mean, I knew how bad Terrence Steele was. I can't even say I was disappointed in him. So I'm disappointed in Mike McCarthy for thinking that Joe Looney was the guy, for thinking that Darian Thompson was the guy, for thinking that Terrence Steele and not Brandon Knight was the guy. I'm disappointed in him the most so far.
right.
Look at Voch with the nuanced answers. Go ahead.
No, that was pretty much it there. I mean, I've seen some people on social media talking about tanking for Trevor. They're crazy, man. I don't even, you can't take that seriously, but that's just funny. And Andy Dalton is the best backup, one of the best backups in the NFL. He's pretty good, but I don't understand why people say he's never had a good team. When the Bengals, growing up, just watching him play, didn't he have some of the best defenses?
You know what, Reeves? Hold up, time out, Reeves. You want to be a part of the Voch Lombardi show real fast? You want to be a part of the show real quick, sir?
All right, what's up?
I'm about to make you a co-host real fast. I just want you to sit around, right? You ain't got to do nothing, sir. Let me do the heavy. Let me do the heavy lifting. I just want to play this clip for you. I want to play this clip for you, and I just simply want you to react to it, sir. Let me just hold on. Wait a minute. This is David Irving. On the Ben and Skin show. This was right after he got fired. Listen.
What is the idea that you were trying to convey about Jason Garrett?
Listen.
I feel like it's a personal thing. We always bumped heads. He's expressed many feelings to me. And, for me, it seems like he's kind of upset. He doesn't really, I feel like he doesn't think I deserve to be where I'm at with the little effort I put in, I guess, to sum it all up. And I mean, it's true. I don't do, everything I should. I'm not an overachiever. But I mean, some guys have to come in early, leave late to go out on the field and do the same thing I could do, on my spare time. It's just, I'm blessed. It is what it is. And I feel like some people don't like that. And it's as simple as that.
Okay, so David,
wait a minute.
At least he's honest with himself.
No, I care nothing about his honesty. I care nothing. I care nothing about his honesty. I give a tip to Reeves. No, I give a tip to the cap to Jason Garrett. He say, you know what? I don't think you deserve your spot. I don't think you working hard enough. You know what, David Irving? I guess. David Irving said, I guess.
But the funniest thing is how at the beginning he said, like, I guess he was mad.
I bet.
And then he agreed with him at the end. He said, I mean, shit, I guess he was right.
I guess he was
right. Really try hard.
And y'all trying to tap me on my shoulder and want that dude on your team. You tapping me. Yo, Voch, what you think about David Irving? Stop asking me what I think about David Irving when David Irving don't even think that much of himself.
Don't forget, he was only good that one year when he was off the PEDs.
That's fair.
They don't want to talk about that.
That's incredible.
That year he went off, and then all of a sudden he got suspended for those PEDs. He came back. He was not the same.
That's incredibly fair, Brother Reeves. You've been taking up a lot of time on my phone. Do you have anything to say before you leave, sir?
No, sir. Let's go ahead and get this dub. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Voch. You have a good one.
Thank you, my good sir, for co-hosting the Voch Lombardi show. And you know what? I don't expect everybody to have heard that clip. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody may not listen to the radio like that. But you know what? Like when I'm out working out, that was the radio show that was on while I be working out. So I listen to Ben and Skin while I'm just out. I just listen to what they got to say. I'm like, oh, David Irving was on. Let's hear what David Irving got to say. Maybe we'll get some good mess out of this. And that motherfucker said, man, I don't know why Jason Garrett didn't like me. I don't know. Maybe he just had a grudge? You don't know why? You guess? Excuse me, sir? Then 10/16/2020 at 4:32 Central Time, Houston, Texas, on the Voch Lombardi program, somebody gonna tap me on the shoulder, be like, yo, Voch, what do you think about David Irving being reinstated? No! Wait a goddamn minute. Hold on, dog. That's not loud enough. Hold on. Let me play it back. That's not loud enough. Let me turn my shit up real quick so we can, you know what I mean? Excuse me? That's the dude you want on your team? Because he sacked Aaron Rodgers 2 times? For us to pay him and then he go right back to it, you know what? I kind of almost respect you more for going hard in a contract year, right? Because even Cheeto was saying, right? It was like, hey, Cheeto, did you have any thoughts about opting out? Cheeto was like, hell nah, man, this is contract year. I at least respect that. David Irving said, nah, when I'm on my rookie contract, I'm not playing hard. I'm just oh, even when I'm trying to make money, even when I can capitalize on a contract here, I'm just not gonna work hard. I don't understand. No, I don't want that dude on my team. And look, I played this shit. Somebody in the chat box was like, wow, you know what? I'm glad I put you up on game, sir. So never you, or ma'am, I don't know, sir. I got this 98% men watching. It's Sheila, Nene, 3 Aishas, Miss Scouting Pro, and Miss Jackie. And Auntie April. The rest of y'all's men. Look, whoever said it, I'm glad I could put you up on game because maybe you ain't listen to the radio. And I say this with so much passion, but I don't want dude on my team. Because he just don't want it, man. Let's move on, man. Matter of fact,
does that look like wild parsley to you?
No. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get back into the phones. We got brother Neil up next. Adrian on deck. Terrence is in the hole. Miss Scout Pro says she forgot how funny I was. Well, stop leaving my show, man. Stop leaving my show and you'll never forget it. You know what I'm saying? Brother Neil, what's happening?
Hey, shit, man. How you doing, fam?
Neil, time out, Neil, because I got to be a gentleman. I was wrong. I've got to fix my problem. Tamara's also a woman too. She's also a woman in my chat box, and I have to address her. I can't just leave her out. I can't leave her out of my 2.5% woman demographic. I gotta hold it down for her too. Tamara, I apologize. Now, Neil, I hope you don't feel bad that I had to address the women before talking to you, sir. I'm sure you understand. I'm sure you understand.
I'm perfect. I understand, you know what I'm saying, because it's a new day and age, and I know that certain people end up saying certain things. They get upset because I am a ma'am, but, you know, that's neither here nor there.
Sure. It's a new day and age. Gotcha. I thought I was just I thought I was just being chivalrous. Nah, it's some 2020 shit. All right, cool. You right. You got it. Go ahead, my guy.
Hey, look, I mean, I have it's 2020, so you got to think like that, unfortunately.
All right. Go ahead.
I was thinking about this for a minute. So those that keep on bringing up, like, why is this Cowboys defense so bad? You know, what happened to these early predictions and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember, like, how many people honestly believe that your best back end of your defense, they would both get injured, that you would have issues in the mid portion of your defense, and one of your best linebackers gets injured, basically the quarterback of the defense, and then, like, assume that everything's going to be okay. And in the same breath think, you're running a new defense.
Oh, damn, Neil, time out. I gotta stop you again. Neil. I gotta stop you again because I gotta be appropriate. I gotta be chivalrous. Nisha Mahomes in the chat box. That's actually Pat Mahomes' auntie, and she been riding with Voch ever since I said Pat was quarterback one back in draft day. So Neil, I gotta cut you off. Nisha Mahomes is also a part of my too. Oh boy, the women here today. I'm sorry. I apologize. my bad, y'all. My bad. Nisha, my bad. You too, Nisha. I apologize. Now, Neil, whatever you were saying, I apologize. You was talking about your best players getting hurt and all that. I got to keep cutting you off because I got to do right by the ladies, man. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Oh, no, I understand. But I'm just saying, like, how many people can actually say that they predicted all these things happening?
Right.
And then say that their defense would have been the exact same as what was expected of them preseason.
Uh-huh.
You
Sure.
know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I don't understand how that's a thing. But then on the other hand, it's like, you know, you look at what's remaining, and I guess, you know, there's no way to really say, you know, you expect to have the worst defense that possibly anybody's ever seen from that.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess like from this, it's like I'm taking this entire thing as like a learning experience. You know, you see what we've got on the field. You know, you take what you got and you know you run with it. I'm optimistic about Andy. It's not like I'm saying that I want him as like quarterback one,
Sure.
but I am very optimistic about him. You know, because like it's not like he was playing with a bunch of scrubs over, you know, in Cincinnati, and he at least did bring them to the playoffs 4 times. Didn't win any of them, but he did actually lead them to the playoffs.
All right.
And he did this with a solid group of wide receivers, and he's got an elite group of wide receivers right now.
Sure.
So, I mean, that was like where I was thinking about it. How do you feel like overall, like if everybody gets healthy, and let's say that everybody's healthy by the 8-game mark, minus Dak, where do you see this team?
I don't feel great. And you know what? I'm honestly optimistic Cowboy dude. I bleed optimism. I just don't think enough of Andy. And it's not because I think Andy is terrible. I think in any other circumstance, especially on this team, I think Andy will be good. I just think that this defense is so bad that I don't think Andy can overcome it necessarily. Even if it's a situation to where if the East is so bad and we make the playoffs going 6-10, okay, cool. We on the wild card. We got to freaking play like Seattle week 1 or Green Bay week 1 or the Saints week 1. I don't feel about Andy, and we'll probably beat the shot at the Saints. But I don't feel good about Andy and this defense versus most of the good teams in the league. Plus, most of those good teams have pass rushes that I don't feel great about lining up against Terrence Steele. You know.
Yep, makes sense.
Now I do think midseason form for the defense is a real thing, but Dak was such a Hercules the way we could overcome a lot of that. I don't think Dalton has the same kind of Herculean like traits in him, you know. But go ahead.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Off the topic of I want to keep this on the topic of football, but also I had something that just like branched out just because of how much like you make these references.
Sure.
I noticed that you do a lot of battle rap references.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people don't catch it, but I do.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to know who your favorite battle rappers were, because like listening to some of the stuff that you say, I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know who some of your favorite battle rappers were, and if you were actually paying attention to like the upcoming card, like the King vs. Queens for URL.
Sure. I love writers, man. I love good writers. I like writers with depth. The more I've watched battle rap, I've hated 1, 2, 3, 4 punchline guy. So I'm a huge A-Verb fan. Like he's like my 1 seed. I like guys like JC. Twerk when he's actually writing. I think Twerk is really good. Daylight's last showing versus Tay-Rock was incredible. So I guess whenever he ain't trolling, then let's boogie with him. You know what I'm saying? Whenever Lux is rapping, Lux is good. And in terms of kings versus queens, it should the male battle rapper should sweep, because I just think that that's just where battle rap is right now. But if anybody has the ability to pull the upset, it could be Official, because she's nice. and it's it could be 40 if she like steals around and Surf choke, like choke around or whatever. But like if Surf don't choke and 40 don't choke, then it's Surf clearly. You know what I'm saying? So the only hope they got is official. Go ahead.
Hey, I really don't. I don't. Honestly, I can't take Surf like at his best because I haven't seen it since Geechee. To be honest with you, like I've seen like he was close to it like against who was Nitty battling last?
Rum Nitty. Lutz.
Anyway, yeah, Nitty's last battle. I forgot who he was battling with. But him. And then
Reed
honestly
Dollars.
feel like
Reed Dollars.
Yeah. And honestly, I just feel like official beats Arsenal, like straight up, like that's just like no BS. I just feel like Arsenal's all disrespect, and I feel like 40 or official can get there, and she's official is the female Rum Nitty. So that's my thoughts on that. And then the last thing I wanted to ask you about was how do you feel about like having like a day, like maybe once a month, to where you have like one of your chat peoples, like not one of the YouTubers, just like one of your random chat platinums or like your privileged people, like co-host or like do like you do with like you did with Jeff or with Aisha, doing something like that with one of your platinum peoples.
I think that's what we're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm very lone wolf. Like for the most part in my YouTube tenure, I've been very lone wolf by myself kind of guy. Like that's just who I am. So just by the grace of, me thinking so highly of this community, just me, I would say a leader in this thing, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Just me even being in that mindset, I'm letting more cowboy YouTubers on. But this whole phone situation, this is y'all hosting the show with me. Now, will Voch and Neil come on and, talk football for like an hour? I don't know, because I'm still a lone wolf guy, but Voch and Neil can pull a good 5 minutes on the phone. I think that's basically what this is for. If anybody want to call in and, do a little back and forth, we can do that right now,
That's definitely fair. I can respect that. So, I mean, that's basically it. Hey, listen, y'all, I'm plugging Voch for Voch. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you pay attention to this man's content, whether you want to learn something just, like, completely new as it pertains to, like, defensive schemes, offensive schemes, maybe offensive line play, or if you're just trying to get some draft knowledge, for somebody who is completely off the radar that you never knew about, and now you want to learn about it, get this man on your notification bell, get subscribed to him, and make sure you check his Twitter at Voch Lombardi as soon as you can, and make sure that you're paying attention to this man because he got a lot to teach y'all, man. I mean, I've been a Cowboys fan for a long time, since Quincy Carter and them, before, like with Aikman and into Quincy Carter, Ryan Leaf and all them.
Right.
Yeah, I've been watching it, and there's still a lot of stuff that this man done started teaching me. So, I mean, y'all better make sure that y'all get that shit turned on, B. So I definitely appreciate the time, and you have a good one, fam.
I might as well stop the show right now. Appreciate it, Neil. Salute, my guy.
Yep.
Appreciate you. Yeah, so I put some numbers up on the screen. I thought that my woman demographic was 2.5. Is actually grown to 2.8. Aha. So we going to be at 3% before you know it, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep working on it to expand this demographic or whatever. Shouts out to Neil. Thanks for the kind words. I was about to stop the show on those fantastic plugs, but we got to get Adrian and Terrence and these two numbers that I'm unfamiliar with. We got to get them on the phone and play a little clock game with them. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. We'll cross the road whenever we get here. All right? Let's boogie. Let's get Adrian up in here, see what they talking about or what he's talking about. What's up, Adrian?
What's good, Voch? How's your weekend going?
Man, coolin', my guy. Just, trying to make it shake, man. Trying to make it shake.
Okay. I would like to say first off, what I was talking about last week when I said that our offense would probably would be better when Dak comes back next season is what I'm talking about when we have three backups at, left tackle, left tackle, Connor Williams at right guard, and then we have Tyler Biotish at center, and then we have Terrence 10 at right tackle. I just think that with us using Andy Dalton instead of using Dak, it's going to give our offensive line a chance to get back to the running game that we missed in 2016. We've been our offensive line hasn't been the same running offensive line that it's been since 2018, since that playoff game when we played Seattle. I just think we can now just buckle down, focus on running the ball versus saying, hey, we're going to have Dak be our Hercules, our Zeus, and try and strike fear into every defensive backfield that we go up against. So I just think that if we can go out and run the ball more effectively when Dak comes back, we'll have a more balanced rush, more balanced offense, and it's going to make it even scarier for people to see us week to week.
Sure. I think a lot of the reason why we weren't running the ball this year was because we just kept falling behind in these games, man. So I think whatever needs to happen to where we cut turnovers out, I think we're just gonna get better running the ball naturally. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Second of all, to go with that one guy said, I think 2 phone calls ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest surprise this year has probably been Cedric Wilson.
Sure.
I was not expecting him to go off and get 2 touchdowns against Seattle. Yeah. I was definitely not expecting to throw a touchdown to Dak Prescott. And he's just been such a baller. And I think it's going back to that wide receivers coach that Law Nation was talking to a few days ago, saying how he's been helping guys get out of their releases and helping the guys, go up and get the ball versus just letting the ball go to them. Because Michael Gallup right now, he's number 2 in deep balls in the league right now.
Sure.
He is killing it. The guy's, I honestly think Michael Gallup can probably be better than Cooper. I think he can be better. I think it's just how big he's gotten. How the Dez-like ability that he has, where he goes up and he gets the football, he's going to come down with that football. The amazing circus catches he's made over the past year and a half has been insane.
That's a rough one, buddy. Boy, Gallup being better than Cooper. Oh, that's a rough one. I feel. I feel what you're saying, and I like Gallup too. But go ahead, I'm listening.
It's the second year. It's Gallup. No, I'm sorry. It's his third year, and he's already and from what the wide receivers coach says, he's like I haven't even opened Coop all the way up yet. He hasn't even reached his full potential yet. It's like he's Mystic Gohan getting sitting with the Supreme Kai getting his potential opened up. We're gonna we have to wait and see what happens over this next offseason and see if he can do even better next year. With Dak. And then in terms of the defense, we've been playing with a bunch of backups at cornerback. I think if we can get Jadobe Awuzie back and get our rotation down, where we have Anthony Brown, we have Trayvon, Jordan Lewis, and Jadobe. I think our defense will probably balance out. Also if we get Randy Gregory back, I think our pass rush will help our defensive backs greatly as well, with applying more pressure to the quarterback and getting more sacks.
I reckon, my guy. I don't hate it. I do think that Darryl Worley being terrible is a part of your problem, but I just maybe we don't have the horses. Maybe we just simply don't have the guys. I do think we will be better, but it's not about better. It's about good enough. So we'll see what happens, man. Yeah. We'll see how we look with our 4 out there. And like I said, man, it's either gonna be a fun Tuesday, or we're gonna be looking at draft film. I already got it pulled up, so we're gonna see.
Oh my God.
We're gonna see what happens, man. Appreciate you, Adrian.
Yes, sir. You have a nice evening.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all got to stop with this Amari Cooper mess, man. Y'all got to get off Coop. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop. You know what I'm saying? Miss Scouting Pro basically blessing y'all with the information that Voch would be saying right now. So she's actually saving me a lot of breath, and she's probably allowing me to live a longer and better life because I'm not stressed out by chat box comments talking about David Irving. Even after playing the audio that I've played for you, we're still talking about David Irving. That's cool, Miss Scouting Pro, you have saved some grays from me. Like my whole beard to be gray if I had to be in that chat box trying to talk to people defending David Irving. Let's talk about Terrence, and then we're going to get to the unknown number, 817. The other number hung up, so we gonna get to Terrence first, then we're gonna tap in, then we're gonna boogie. We're gonna dip up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Terrence, what's up? Peasky Whiskey, my guy. What's happening?
All right. Hey, first I want to get this off, man. Like last time when I talked, man, I know you was like, is he smoking or something? Like, what's he mean, like getting away with all these players? I was just trying to like prove a point about this defense, man. That's all it was. I just feel like the guys that we have, I feel like just they ain't the it guys. I was just trying to prove a point about that. That's all, pretty much.
I feel you.
But how I feel about the season right now, man. After that game, I feel like it's probably gonna go down a little bit. I mean, I feel like it's just like, yeah, we definitely lost a great leader to this team. Yes, most definitely, and I think that I think it's pretty much still gonna be the same because I'm still not sold on this defense because they've been playing hot trash. Like last season, they was playing like trash. Now they start playing like hot trash now. It's even got worse. So it's just like I'm still not really sold on this thing. I'm not tanking though. I'm not. I'm still hoping. I still want them to prove me wrong. Don't get me wrong with that. I still want them to prove me wrong. But I feel like with Cheeto coming back and then Leighton, all those guys come back. I feel like we're gonna be better, like you just said too as well.
Yeah.
And I definitely do agree with you as well too with Andy. I just feel I just don't feel like he's gonna overcome it. But he's still he's really a good quarterback, man. When we picked him up, I was just so happy about that. Yeah. But with this defense still playing like that, I still feel like the same right now. So, but then again, I'm not tanking, man. Sure. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really looking forward to this draft. Like, so let's get to this draft real quick. I'm so glad, man, that you getting yourself ready for this draft right now, man. Teach me a lot, man. You showed me all the film session breakdowns on it, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Salute.
Well, I'm about to say, yeah, offensive line, though, man, yes, I'm definitely with you on first round. I'm definitely with you. But it depends on where we at in the draft. If we able to get chance to get Micah Parsons, I think that's his name, Micah Parsons, whatever.
Yeah, Penn State.
Yeah, from Penn State, yes. Yeah, exactly. If we chance to get him, it's looking like I will lean towards getting him. Then I'll go for O-line in the second round. It just all depends. But because, like you just said, with you and Jeff Kavanaugh, really appreciate that too as well. I watched that one. Yes, my top three as well too is offensive line, linebacker, and cornerback. Definitely, those are really the top three that we definitely need to really focus on for the draft. Like, and I've seen a lot of good corners in this draft. Sean Wade from Ohio State, and there's so many of them. So yeah, I'm just ready to get to it. What I'm about to say, but that O-line dude from that left tackle dude from Oregon, yes, love him, and that other left tackle too as well, Alex Leatherwood.
Sure.
That's another one too.
Yeah,
so
Bama,
it's man. Right now, man, it's about to get real, man. It's really about to get real.
Sure.
And what else am I about to say? What else? Damn, I forgot what I'm about to say. But yeah, I'm just with you right now, man. I'm all in it with the draft right now, man.
Okay.
And I forgot what I'm about to say. Oh yeah, that's another thing too as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the damn game, man. Your boy E2 Blue, man, boy, he was about to beat Rashid ass, man.
What happened?
when he said next man up. Rashid said next man up. I was like, E2 about to go beat his ass. On Mark Holmes' channel. When it was going live on the reaction and stuff.
Did they fight?
E2 was about almost this close. Huh?
Oh. Did they fight?
Did they fight? No, they almost did, man.
Boy.
E2, man, he almost did. Mark Holmes had to Mark Holmes kept telling him, say, shut the fuck up, Rashid. Shut the fuck up. So I was like, damn. E2 was saying, y'all better bring. Oh,
that's unfortunate, man. Dak my guy, but I don't need to be fighting civilians over him. You know what I'm saying? It's just
right.
It's what it is. But hey, Terrence, I look, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate your kind words and all that, my guy. Salute.
All right, man. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right.
We got Cowboy Crunk in the chat box, and he was saying that he would like to take a shot on David Irving. Someone else in the chat box was like, Well, Voch, why can't we take a shot on David? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like if I could play that clip and y'all heard what David Irving said, and you still like, all right, cool, let's go get David. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else I can do. I don't know what else I can say. But I'm not interested though, because if anything, my defense, we already were wanting to fire people over an effort problem. We were already concerned about about guys on our defense giving 100% every play. Xavier Woods came out and said you can't give 100% on every play. I don't want to add a dude that's openly saying, yeah, I'm lazy and I don't work hard. I don't want that dude on my team when my team already got problems with effort. I don't know, man. Play it again for him. I think some people join late. Well, shit, I play it again. I play it again. I ain't got no problem with that. I play it again. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with that ladybug. I play it again. Shit, you know me. You know Voch. You know Voch. I'll click it and play it again for those of you that just showed back up. Let me see. How many people we got watching live right now? 325? Absolutely. There's bound to be some people. Bound to be some people that ain't get the that didn't get a chance to hear it last time. Let me go right back here. Let me click David. Let me pull it right back up. It was around the 2-minute and 30-second mark or so. Let's go ahead and get up in there. And let's play this audio one more time, because I just feel like this explains it all. This just explains it all. Let me just No. Okay, here we go.
You know, I feel like it's a personal thing. We always bumped heads. He's expressed many feelings to me.
Talking about Jason Garrett.
And, you know, for me, it seems like he's kind of upset. He doesn't really, I feel like he doesn't think I deserve to be where I'm at.
Why is that?
With the little effort I put in, I guess, to sum it all up. And I mean, it's true. I don't do, you know, everything I should. I'm not an overachiever, but I mean, you know, some guys have to come in early, leave late to go out on the field and do the same thing I could do, you know, on my spare time. It's just, you know, I'm blessed. It is what it is, and I feel like some people don't like that. You know, and it's as simple as that.
Okay, so David, I want to.
My Cowboy Crunk, I'm looking at your comment. He says, I've heard, but that was more towards Jason Garrett. No, that was I don't work hard. That was simply I don't work hard. The only thing that had to do with Jason Garrett was Jason not liking it, or them not liking each other because he was lazy. It could be a whole nother head coach. He'll still be lazy. Still. I just can't do it, man. Tyler Wilkinson says, does Seattle still not scare you, Voch? Fuck Seattle. Hell nah. I beat the shit out of Seattle. Scared of Seattle? What I'm scared of Seattle for? I don't know, man. David just, look, man. David Irving played really well that one year when he was on steroids and he got caught, but I can't do it, man. I can't do it. He says, that's the weed talking. Weed don't make you do that. Weed calm you down. Weed don't make you lazy. Let's get Fort Worth up here. 817. What's up? Who this?
Hey, Voch, what's going on? It's C.
What up, C? What you got for the show?
Hey, listen. So I usually, you know, I check you out on YouTube, and I really like, you know, how you go about, you know, putting your content out on the team.
Appreciate it.
But what made me really call in today was kind of how you started off the show, and it's kind of, you know, we go back and forth when we, you know, we'll say about how Cowboys fans go back and forth with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And my kind of overall feeling, and I 100% agree with you, is because of the early success of this franchise, you know, the fan base grew really big.
Sure.
And now with this internet age that we have now, you have, you know, guys that are putting out content, you being local, and guys like Law, who are not from Texas, are putting out content, and guys are kind of seeing that. But a big portion of our fan base are, you know, stupid, because what happens is their information is coming from the ESPNs of the world and the NFL networks and guys that are not in tune with the team. And I like how you go into it and you're breaking down film and how you and Jeff kind of linked up because, we have to look at things realistically because when we argue back and forth online, whether, we talk about the success of the team or whatever the case may be, we're taking it's almost like when you have a kid and he's playing sports and they're getting this participation trophies. And, those participation trophies is when Jerry's is out there, waving the pom-poms on the 5 Super Bowls. And that's a big majority of the fans. They just want you to be completely blind. Whereas when you have a kid and you gotta be straight with them, and when you guys are breaking it down or just breaking it down or just fans overall are talking it, we can't just look like, for example, this year we can't say, hey, our season is what it is, and man, we're just gonna go through it. Listen, we could have gave up 50 points if it wasn't for 2 penalties that were, one was iffy and the other one, we could have lost that game. And the Giants didn't have Saquon, they didn't have Shepard. Losing Dak sucks, and I want him back so bad.
Yeah.
But this team, special teams is killing us, is just as bad as it was last year. And Atlanta bailed us out with not understanding just complete. These kids, all these guys have played football since Pop Warner. They should know these rules about jumping on the ball. And the special teams is killing us. The defense, is bad. And a big majority of how this team is constructed is by 2 idiots that don't know how to run a team. The Joneses, listen, if Jerry never brings Jimmy Johnson in, this organization is the Washington football squad. That's what we are.
Sure.
He got bailed out with that, and the majority of the fans will go on and they just want to, lead blindly, not knowing exactly what we have. So when you guys break down film, like, this is eye-opening, whether whoever they want to follow. But you can't look at this season and actually think, okay, making the playoffs makes any sense. Now, hey, does it make us feel good they're making the playoffs? I guess so.
Right.
But any good, like, if we were to play a team like Kansas City, they would have to spot us 40 points to win. They would have to spot us 40 points. They can put up 70 points on us at any given time. Green Bay can wax us, no problem. We're just not. And listen, having Andy on the squad is cool. If Dak had to go down for 3 or 4 games and the team was a good team around them, we were a complete team, that's when it makes sense. That's when your backup makes sense. This defense is trash. Other than Tat maybe being hurt.
Yeah.
And maybe Alden. And maybe Randy. Other than that, the defense is bad. The offense is decimated at the O-line. Other than the wide receivers, the quarterback is bad. And go on back. I mean, just thinking of the team, I love Zeke, and a lot of people do love Zeke. But that was the wrong pick. You don't build teams like that. Ramsey should have been, we're looking at our issues now. Any team is picking running back at any point of the draft, and they're getting what they need out of it. Like, that's what set us back. Having the Joneses run the team, having them keep mediocre coaches through Romo's career, and now we wasted a good portion of that. To me, Eric Bieniemy should have been, in my opinion, he should have been the head coach.
Right.
And I don't want to come off as it, but sometimes you need, these voices where we're trying to get these retreads. You get someone that's running a system that would be perfect for kind of what Dak does.
Sure.
And you see how they're moving these guys. The offense is okay, but at times we're just getting off too slow. And the defense, I mean, the team has to be run different. And until it's constructed good, all it is going to be that nice expensive car with a bullshit-ass engine in it because of how the team is constructed. And it's been like this, since Parcells. Parcells set everything in motion to really catapult us. But you can see it. Once Jerry was, meddling, once Parcells got here, what we did, we went from Parcells to Camp Cupcake. And he was too soft. And then he let his boy, because he wanted to win it his way, he brings in Garrett. And he's never going to let a guy like a hard-nosed guy that's going to make the right decisions.
Right.
And if you look at just last year's how we've underachieved, guys, all they had to do was go past the head coach.
Right.
No one ever had to stay around because all they had to do was go to Jerry, and Jerry was going to be. And it's always been, hey, they run a great business, but they run a terrible football. Until really
yo, bro, my bad. That was 5 minutes, man. Hey, look, I appreciate. Hey, look, great call. What's your name again?
My name's C.
C, like just the letter C.
Yes, sir.
All right, C. Next time you call in, I'll know it's you. I appreciate you, man. That was a great call. Salute, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the time.
Yes, sir. That was a great call by C. I mean, but hey, man, see, that was your time, man. That was like 5 minutes. Yep. It's all good though. Listen. So the phone lines are locked though, but I will entertain questions in the chat box now. If I get 3 questions in a row by David Irving, I'm leaving. But if you legitimately have a question because you may have talked up all of your anytime minutes anytime, you may be at work and you can't call in. You may be laying next to somebody. You don't want to wake them up because you may be in Korea and it's probably 2 a.m. over there. Whatever it is, the reason why you couldn't call in, now is your time for me and you to interact in the chat box. So, with that being said, chat box, what's happening? Ask your questions. And I will answer them. What y'all got? What y'all got? What is Aisha ooping about? Iverson Aisha. What's she ooping about? Ain't no telling. She ooping about something. I don't know. Ramsey couldn't shut down Gallup last year or last week or Coop week 1. He's really good, but we needed a running back for Tony at the time. Zeke was responsible for a lot of wins, man. I will say that. Now, should you have paid Zeke big money? That's a whole other conversation. Voch, bring Irving in for a couple. No. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't want Earl Thomas, but then I would allow David Irving to come in. I would be a hypocrite if I wanted that. So the people that want David Irving and Earl Thomas, I'm not hating y'all because at least y'all consistent with y'all message, but Quentin Williams for a second. No, I think our second round pick is going to be pretty high. So, I want to know what's going on with Quentin though. I want to know like why they trading him. Like, is it a scheme thing? Is it that Quentin just doesn't want to be there? Like, I really want to know what's going on with Quentin. And to be fair, I may watch some film on Quentin later just to see what's going on. Just to see what's going on. We'll see. 4th for JJ Watt. I don't think they're giving up 4th for JJ. I need my picks this year. I need my picks. All right. I need my picks. Now if you want to give me some guys next year when Dak come back, cool. But I need my picks. Thoughts on Kyle Pitts from Florida? He's a beast. He's a big ass receiver. Of course, we got to keep watching film to get into it though. But and then also I don't want to draft tight end where Kyle Pitts is going to end up going. So no one can shut down Gallup. Well, that Jets game got really interesting for him. What is it about this safety from the Broncos I keep hearing about? Something about trading. Cowboy fans just want to trade for everybody, so I don't know. I don't believe nothing until I see it. April says, Voch, why you look like Snoopy when flying on a plane? I used to want to be Joe Cool when I was little. Joe Cool and his theme song was the dopest shit I've ever heard in my life. And I did have a thing. I was a big fan of Snoopy growing up. You know what I'm saying? What's the best pickup line, Big Jaw? What's the best pickup line for Big Jaw to use on Aisha? Big Jaw's got to be himself, man. But I don't know. Just come in, say hey, and don't be weird, my guy. That's it. That's the best way to be. Just come in, be yourself, don't be weird. That's all. And if you got jokes, be funny. We need a safety, then we'll draft one. We got a super chat. Edgar Bonilla says College Voch is back for Shizzle. 100%. We definitely gonna see what's going on Monday. If we look good, it may be prolonged for another couple days, but boy, like if Arizona beat the shit out of those boys, draft season gonna be here before you know it. Appreciate it for the super chat, sir. Voch, this might sound cold-hearted, but all these injuries might be a blessing in disguise. We might be able to, we'll be able to evaluate our young players against actual NFL stars. I actually made a list. Nope, that's for my UGK pod. Brandon Knight, Neville Gallimore, Terrence Steele, maybe. Tyler Biotis. I also include Leighton Vander Esch in that mix. Francis Bernard, Donovan Wilson, Trevin Diggs, and Randy/Alden. I think all those guys could use these valuable reps. So I agree. I'd rather have Dak though, but sure, I feel what you're saying. Peep this, Voch. I say we trade Gallup. No. I don't want to trade Gallup. I want to keep my guys. Will the offensive line keep Andy Dalton up straight this week? Chandler Jones ain't playing. So I don't know who the hell they got pass rushing over there, but hell, Dante Fowler can get sacks on Terrence Steele, so ain't no telling. Are they really shopping him? I'm guessing you mean Quentin Williams. Indubitably, they are shopping him. Not trading my first two. We will have comps, though. I agree. I'm not trading my early first-round picks, especially if we're bad this year. You need those picks. What's up with Cooper's snap count lately? It's just been Cooper's snap count. I'd only do a third or less. Maybe I'd be on board with that. But if you can get Quentin Williams for a fifth-round pick, boy, what the hell happened to Quentin? You don't think Irving would be better than Woods? It ain't about better. It's about this dude does not like football. That's what that's my whole thing. He don't want to be great. He don't love football. He don't want to work at it. So he may come in and make a play and get paid and go back to being lazy again because he's paid. Now you're wasting money. I just rather just wash my hands of it. I don't want to do it on my team. No. I just don't want to do it on my team. He don't like football. And this could be coach speak, right? This could be Voch former coach speak. I don't care how good he is. I'd rather run the dudes that want to be out there, you know? But I don't know. I can only speak for me. I'm not trading Cooper either. Y'all are insane. I think the Jets just want more picks. Could be. But why Quentin, though? Why won't they trade anybody else for more picks? Why you got to trade Quentin? Quentin just got there. I don't know. Could we have got Ramsey in the first and Henry in the second? I think we could have. Should have, could have, would. It's 2020 now. Is the draft deep this year? Too soon, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Jalen spying Murray. Jalen gonna have a hard time if you gotta chase Kyler Murray little ass around. Does Tom Sula get any blame? I don't know yet. Too soon. I know a guy that knows a guy that sold McCarthy a pouch or two. Voch, do you fear Kyler Murray and those other Cardinals? Kyler's good. Nuke is good. And Kenyon Drake ain't been great all year, but running back's been good against us, so I reckon. Shouts out to Brandon from Frankly Football Podcast. There's been some mess on the show, young Brandon. Voch, how can we spy Murray and cover Hopkins? I coached offense, dog. I coached offense. Let's see. Hope you guys can beat Arizona. You must be an NFC West fan. I got you. Thank God some of y'all not general manager. Thank you, Ken. Nah, I'm results based. Can't be. If his mentality has changed, would you consider it? I mean, honestly, I'd rather not have him either with his previous mindset. But if it's for certain that he's changed, then maybe. I got trust issues. Still for Quentin Williams. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? How about the red rifle? What's our offense going to look like? We going to see Monday. What happened to Connor McGovern? Mike McCarthy's on coke. He don't want to start him. We the team Drake has a career day on. I'm starting him in fantasy. There you go. I want to get like one or two more in, but we may have run our course. Y'all really talking about draft in week 6? What happens with What happens with Dak if Dalton pulls a Nick Foles? Same thing that happened to Nick Foles. Just to be fair. Shit, Dak gets paid. Nick and Dalton go place and go make some money somewhere else. Do you think we keep a Woozier this year? I don't know. Irving worth a couple dollars, and all right, cool. I'm hollering. Hey man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Miss Scouting Pro hit me on Twitter so I can get that good mess that you was talking about. The rest of y'all, man, follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI. Also too, I got a link for y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Like I said, I'm trying to fight for this creative freedom over at my Yahoo show. You know, I collaborated with Yahoo Sports. We do a show called More Football. So go over there and check this out. Click the link. Go over there and go in the comment section and say something nice about Voch so we can get some creative freedoms over there. And, you know, hopefully we can take that to new heights. All right? I'm putting the link in the chat box right now. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski and the Peasky Whiskey, man. This has been fun. I salute you guys. And don't forget to tune into my post-game show, the best post-game show in Cowboy football. It's going to be Monday because we play Monday. So directly after the game, y'all tap in and check up on me, all right? Ortega versus Korean Zombie tomorrow, so definitely don't expect me to be talking football tomorrow on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hold it down, man. Peace.